Well, all right. Is this thing working? Hello? McFly? Anybody in there? Let me see if I'm getting any audio. I don't have my headset on because I don't have Lloyd to listen to. So, yeah, audio's working. Everything's looking good. All right. Yeah, so y'all may have noticed I asked Tammy to let me know if the drone falls out of the bushes. That's because I got it sitting on one of my landing pad type things. It's right now it's sitting out in the bushes, and I hope that it stays there. You know, yeah, because it would sure suck to have it go away. But how's everybody doing? I want to, let's see, video call. I want to make sure that everybody's doing good, and you're not in the bushes. Just say, yeah, no, you're not in the bushes. The video looks great. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate that. Let's see, I got to do this. Compose. I'm going to send an email right quick, y'all. Ron, Control V, send. Ron, check your email there, buddy. Let's see if we can't get something done. I'm going to start off with saying hello to everybody. Backwoods Droner, my brother and dad, they're watching. Jody from Drone Shots. By the way, everybody, today's Lloyd's taking today's off. Lloyd's taking today off because it's Father's Day. So I want to wish my dad a happy Father's Day, and all of you other dads out there, happy Father's Day to you. Jody, Drone Shots, Robert Glazer, Ron Lockwood, Kai from Lone Stars in the house, Tammy, Mr. Stay Drunk. Hello, Grant. How are you, sir? And that looks like about everybody that's in the chat right now. Mike B just showed up. Hello, Mike. You guys are all just in time to see everything happening and going on. I have no idea where I just made that input at. Did I make it there? No. Did I make it there? Yeah, I made it there. Okay. Chris, Sunrise Water Media, hello there. I got something I'm going to show you guys that I think is kind of cool. If I can figure out what I've done with it right here. I got to do this just for a minute. Hello, Drone Life RC. The DIY field monitor that I've been working on. I used the laser that I got after I got all the mods done. Yeah, I sent an email, Ron. Let me look at sent mail. I sent it to show details. I sent it to the blank number 69 at Yahoo email address. I don't know if you let that one go out all over the place or not, but that's where I sent it. So it's on your Yahoo email. Hello, Angela, and thanks for saying Happy Father's Day to everybody. And I saw Joe Blaylock showed up, but I was starting to talk about the field monitor, and man, I got to tell you, right now, the smart controller is sitting right here on my desk with the HDMI cable plugged into it. Okay, I don't know if you can all see that image, if I get the light to not glare on it just right. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. The drone is sitting on one of my yellow plates on top of the hedges out front, and the wind is blowing a little bit, so as long as the wind don't blow enough to blow it off of there, I'll still get a good video feed from it. Hopefully it doesn't crash. That'd be pretty bad to have the drone crash and not even be flying it, right? But right now it's not flying. It is sitting still because I'm not line of sight. It's outside. So let me get to this field monitor case. I got it sitting on the floor, and you can see that there's the drone image, same one I just showed you from out from the smart controller. Now I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit. See if I, oh, that's the wrong button. See if I can drop it down a little bit and bring it into full screen. Now that's not doing a very good job of showing it because the cheap wimpy what do you call it, Logitech webcam that I'm using to shine on that monitor right now. But that is the image from the monitor from the drone. And I'm going to hold the smart controller up again. I think I just started recording, or I stopped recording or something. I'll hold the smart controller up again, and I'll reset all those and close that. And now I done lost my, put my camera back up there. So you can see that is the same image as what's on the smart controller. So yeah, there it is. It's all done, and I think the battery just went out on it. I'm running it off a 3-cell LiPo battery right now, and it seems to be doing a good job. So let me hope your crazy neighbors don't get stupid while it's live. Yeah, right. I know, right? Let me, man, I wish Ron was in here by now. Pull the battery. Unplug the LiPo battery from the field case because I don't want it to just drain down to nothing. That would kind of suck. But anyway, oh my goodness. So that's what I got going on with that. That thing is all done. Now, if I can find this, go to this right here, go to this right here, go to this right here, and switch this for that. Then I can close that, and I can do this, and we ought to have Ron Lockwood in.
Hey, hello, there Ron. We are. Hey, Mel, how are you? Can you hear me okay?
Yep, hear you just fine. Hang on a second here. Okay. Here we go. We're off and running. Welcome. How are you doing?
Good, buddy. How's things down south?
Hot and humid. Horrible.
We had that up until today.
Really?
It's cold and chilly outside today.
I would take cold and chilly right now.
Yeah.
You know, I really would. I'm loading up a video. I've got this video that I want to share. Where did it go now? Oh, now what did I do? Oh, there it is right there. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that'll look good. I forgot I started with about 3 seconds of black screen in the video. You know, I backed it off about 3 seconds. So when I pulled it up, the screen was blank, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, what happened to the video? So let me see. You want to see this video I made today?
Sure.
Well, anybody else want to see it? I'd like to see it. I'd like to see how it's going to turn out. Anyway, here we go. And your mic is on, Ron. So there it is. Wait for it. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
anyway, this is just a little demo video. It turned out to be about 7 minutes long, but I show that it works, and it runs off a 3-cell LiPo battery. And I made a sunscreen for the monitor that attaches with magnets. I 3D printed the hinges. I 3D printed the bezel, the white part around the monitor. That's 3D printed. And it snaps on with magnets. And believe it or not, those hinges did not break when it fell, when the wind blew the stand over.
What size monitor is that, Mel?
That's a 15-inch.
Okay.
I tried to do some video trickery going back and forth from each side of the frame when I was doing that. But here I'm plugging it into the smart controller and the drone and turning it on. And right there you can see I got image from the drone on the screen there. It's hard to see because of all the reflections, but anyway, I did fly the drone, and then I changed camera angles, and I put another camera down there in front of it, and I thought I had video. Yeah, there we go. Here's video from the camera that I had right in front of it. Aside from the reflection of where the shade is not blocking the reflection from the trees on the screen, the video looks pretty good in that thing.
Yeah, you can see it pretty well.
When I was watching it while I was flying that little flight, it was amazing. I mean, it really looked good. I thought, man, this turned out way better than I thought it would. So anyway, that's what that looks like. Hello, Bob Casey. Welcome. So, what's up with you? How are you doing?
Oh, me? Doing good. I'm getting over anxious to get these shifts over so I can go on vacation.
You know, they always get longer when you're ready for vacation, don't they?
They're dragging, dude. Oh my gosh.
Lon Denard, hello.
24 tomorrow, 12 Tuesday night, and then I have like 4 or 5 days off, and I come back for 36 hours more in 2 days, and then out of here for 18.
Oh, wow. That'll be nice.
That's the neat thing about this job. I can, my 9 days off before a rotation. If I take my rotation off, and then I have 9 days off after that. So I have 9 and 9 and 6. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's, yeah.
So all you need to do is take your vacation time for your rotation days, and then you get 18 and 6, 25. You get 25 straight days off, basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
And I got to use it. Right now I'm up to 250 hours of vacation time. And if you get up to 3 1/4, I think it is, and then you don't gain anymore, you start losing it, technically. So
it accumulates, so it doesn't go. If you don't use it at the end of the year, you still keep it. Well, that's cool.
You still keep it at the end of the year, but once you get to 3 1/4, you don't acquire anymore.
So they cap it at that instead of the annual thing. That's cool, kind of. JSK, welcome.
Yeah,
that's really cool, actually. That's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, because I was going to check with you and Lloyd. I don't know exactly where I'll be, what day, and at what time that day. But if I'm in a really cool spot, I was going to shoot a text or something to you and say, "Hey, you guys want to see the Pacific Northwest?" And go online with you for a couple minutes or something if you guys would like something like that.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be down this way or something.
No, I'm heading up almost just south of British Columbia. Leaving on the 2nd from my house, me and one other buddy, one of my supervisors from my part-time job, and going up through central Wyoming into Yellowstone, across the north side of Yellowstone, come out the west, drop into southeastern Idaho, stay overnight with some friends, And the next day we'll be going out through like the Snake River Canyon out where, what's his name, Marcus from Idaho Quadcopters.
Right.
We'll be right in his area and end up in Boise, Idaho. I'll meet 8 other friends, and then we're leaving for the Oregon, Washington coast, up into Seattle, go over to Vancouver Island, and we're going to tour Olympic National Park for about 3 days.
Well, that'd be fun. And you're doing this all on the bike, right?
All on the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I've never taken a bike trip that far. I'm a little nervous.
That's a lot of traveling.
Yeah. I'm thinking at least 2,000 miles.
Yeah, that's a lot of leather miles. If I still had all my trucking stuff, if you told me your towns, I could tell you exactly what your city-to-city mileage was going to be, but I don't have any of those programs anymore. Yeah, I had programs I could punch in city-to-city or zip code to zip code, and I could do a list, I could do 50 of them, and it'd tell me the distance between each one and the total distance for all of it.
Yeah. Hey, while I'm thinking of it, you had those, I think I have one for a phone, and I think I have one for the 10.5-inch iPad, and there's another one I think I have. Those sunshades, if you want them, let me know. I'll send them to you. I don't use them. Ever since I got the smart controller, I just don't use them. Or if anybody in the chat wants them, or
Mini 4 sunshade. It's Velcroed in. 10-inch iPad sunshade.
okay, you're fully stocked.
Yeah, I'm pretty well set for that, and I can't remember. In fact, that's how long it's been since I pulled that big one out of the bag, because it was stuck inside the bag with the Velcro. The inside of that bag is kind of like the good side of the Velcro or whatever, the smooth side. So, yeah, and those things that got Velcro on them, when you fold them over, that sticks them together and holds the sides together. But this sunshade turned out better than I anticipated it would. This is that same yellow PVC stuff that I cut, and then I made the hinges on the 3D printer so that when you fold it over, there's no gap in the corners. It closes the corners off, so the hinges are kind of offset. And then I made these little I don't know what you want to call them, little pads or something for the magnets to go in. And I glued those in and glued them on. And then I glued them right to the front of the bezel on the monitor. And this just folds up and it goes right in the monitor case. And it works real good. It might be a little big. I could have probably made it about half as tall as what it is, or maybe 3/4. I took the measurement off the monitor overall height, and that's what I used for the height measurement. Actually ended up with about the height of the inside measurement of the case, because you can see, if you look in this picture here, it goes from the top of the monitor all the way to the bottom of the case right there.
I see that.
So it actually turned out a lot bigger than what it needs to be, but and I thought the wind would be a little problem with just the magnets, but it stayed together just fine. It did fine until the stand fell over that it was sitting on, and even then it held together. So I was more than pleased with how that came to be and worked out. But
hey, Mel, I was going to ask you a question, and anybody in the chat, I could use some help. Have a new Sony camera, and in 4K, it will only record in a MXF format. Now, from what I'm told, and I've actually used it, VLC player will play them, but it's just that, I have my iPad and I'm looking for a converter program that's for iPad. Now, when I'm at home, like my Final Cut Pro will open up those files, and I can bring them right into Final Cut and do whatever. You know, being that I'm just so mobile all the time, that's the reason I bought that iPad. But if anybody knows of a file converter program for MXF files,
That's available
I've
on
done a
iPad.
research on YouTube and going bonkers.
You ought to be able to just Google it, and if something doesn't show up, then it sounds like you got to make some money and write a program. Hello, Ken. Place it here.
Yeah.
Angela, hello. It sounds like maybe you need to just create it, make it happen. But real quick, like some shameless plugs, just in case DJI is listening or anybody else that cares and thinks they need to send something to the channel. 400 AGL, P.O. Box 12, Holiday, Tennessee, is the place to send it. And then, of course, if you want to send an email to the channel, you can do that right there at 400agluploads@gmail.com. And that's also, incidentally, where you would send your links to your video clips if you want to show off a video on the show on Sunday nights. Send it to that email address right there. Don't send the video, just send the link. You know that. You guys are on top of it. And then, of course, this show is sponsored in part by Remote Pilot 101. 101.com. On my website, 400agl.net, is a dedicated button for Remote Pilot 101. And if you use that link, you get a really cool price on your lifetime membership. $99. What a bargain. And that's good for the initial test or studying for the recurrent exam if you want to spend some time there. So they gave me a smoking deal on new memberships for people. Somebody needs to go use it so that they can see that I'm sending traffic their way.
Well, Mel, I very well may do that. I had my 107. I let it go a couple years ago, and you know how they say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
So I'm gonna get the course. It won't take me long. I'm thinking study it for a week and take the test again.
Yeah.
I'll come on to your. Where do you just go on to your
just
is there a
go.
link on your
I'll type it right here. www.400agl.net. Right there. Just go there. It's right on the front page. $99, and I don't like to brag, but while I was at Minefield with Ken Heron's event for his birthday last year, the Remote Pilot people were there, and I spoke to the rep, and I made the deal at Ken's Minefield event and ended up with a better discount than Ken gets. So, and I'm not going to say it's because of Trump's Art of the Deal because I never read the book, but it worked out good. The way it ended up going was they said they would do an affiliate, and I'd make a little bit of money every time somebody used it to go to their and signed up, and bought the membership. And I said, I got a better idea. Just discount it even more, take that money that I would get and put it on the discount and call it good. So it took another $4 or $5 off the price. So, $99, and it's a lifetime membership.
Good.
And it's one of the best. I mean, there's a lot of good ones, out there. One of them does videos every week, and I watch his videos, but I can't promote his gig because I promote Remote Pilot 101. See, I got it right there on my landing pad even. So,
right.
Yeah. Should be able to export in Final Cut to a different format. The trouble is he doesn't have that on his iPad.
Yeah.
He needs something that's on his iPad. Can you not put Final Cut on your iPad? Is that not how that works?
I don't know if you can or not. I've never tried it.
I mean, you own it, right? So you can put it on all your
Yeah.
devices, or do you have to have a license for each device?
That's a good question, Mel. I don't know.
See, with Adobe, I can put it on all my devices. I just can't use them at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so, and I'm actually going to probably clear it off on my little laptop and stuff because it just bogs it down too much. This tower that I built, I mean, I can edit 4K video and scrub through 4K video with this thing without even using proxies. It's pretty smoking. But the laptop is a different story, and I use that pretty much solely on the laser cutter. Mm-hmm. So I don't need Adobe Photoshop and all that stuff on there anymore, and it just kind of draws it down a little bit. The more you put on, the more it draws it down. Takes longer to boot up and all that stuff because it loads all that crap in the background.
Those MXF files are kind of beefy too.
Yeah, it loads some stuff even if you've got selective startup in your startup menu and you don't load everything. Like all my printers, the regular printers and all that stuff, none of that stuff loads in my startup when I turn the computer on because I don't need it to be loaded. If I push the button, it'll load and run, but I don't need to have all that stuff in Windows dragging everything down. The cleaner you can keep it, the better off you are.
The other thing I bought, Mel, recently, it was a little pricey. It was almost $170, but I bought a Manfrotto fluid tripod head. Holy cow!
I used to have a fluid head, and I wish I still had it.
Man, I'll tell you, I've never used one. I've seen a lot of other, and you mostly see it with videographers, but obviously it can be used for photography as well. But man, what a difference!
I used it for photography because it's a great tripod, but that fluid head, it just makes moving, panning, vertical and horizontal with the camera so much smoother, and it doesn't jerk when you come to a stop. If you just stop gently, you don't even see the pan stop hardly. The fluid head's that's the cat's ass as far as I'm concerned.
I saw a guy, and I've been practicing with it. He takes a big rubber band and he puts it on the handle, and he does his movements. Instead of touching the handle, he uses a rubber band. And I'm getting some pretty good results. It takes a little practice.
Yep. Yep. I'll tell you another thing you can do, and I don't have any of the rubber bands on my desk, but I've got these. They're about that big around, regular size, and they're like a 1/4 inch wide. They're the really big heavy duty ones that I put the wings on my airplanes with.
Right.
If you take something like a slingshot, okay, stretch that rubber band across there and then put the handle in between the two bands of the rubber band, then you can use that slingshot as a handle to move it.
Okay.
And then you just turn it 90 degrees and move it up and down. And then you can move it back and forth, and you could actually do it on an angle where you're pulling your handle up and sideways at the same time. Hello, Art. Welcome.
Video converter. Okay. Drone shots.
Download the video converter and enjoy it on your iPhone, iPad, or iPad Touch. Quickly convert videos to nearly any video or audio format. If that'll read the format that you're working with, that'll be cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 23 watch and only 12 likes. Bob's right. Come on, y'all, get on the stick. And by the way, membership's a little shy, guys. We need some more members over here. Lon, join that membership, man. What's the matter with you? You can do the $20 a month membership. Come on. So anyway, the The next project now that I'll go back to work on is going to be Frankentruck. The original chassis for that was independent suspension. It had upper and lower control arms, both front and rear. Regular crawler trucks and, four-wheel drive trucks don't have independent suspension. They have axle shafts, axle housings. So I'm going to, I had to get new transmissions, not transmissions, differentials, because I blew one out already. But it was actually bad. I just compounded it by what I did to it. But so I got two of those matching pair, 3-to-1, I think, gear ratio. So it's still geared real low. And instead of putting it in the case that you would normally put it in for the RC truck, I'm 3D printing a case to put it in that has the housing, so the axles will come out of the housing with bearings on the end of them, just like a regular truck, just like a regular vehicle has. And then I'll have solid differential axle housings under it instead of independent suspension. And I'll be able to, the reason I'm doing that mod is because with the independent suspension, I can't get the ground clearance under the chassis midship. I get, it's only an inch off the ground, and it bellies out too easy. It hangs up on stuff. So I need to get a little bit more midship chassis clearance, and the only way to do that is drop the suspension, and the independent suspension just doesn't travel far enough to allow that to take place. So that mod is being worked on. I've already got the back half of the housing printed and designed. It holds the carriers and the bearings and all that stuff. It works. It's going to be sweet. It's going to work really good. So that'll be what I get started on next to help take up some of my boredom time.
I got a YouTube visitor coming. Mr. Dennis Lovelady will be here in a month.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, he's coming. You know what I'm going to have?
Is he driving up? Is he driving up?
No, he and his wife are flying into Denver, and then they're getting a rental car and then coming up. But I'm going to have fun. Those guys do those Saturday morning sunrises. It's not so bad in the winter, but in the summer, So I had mentioned to him about doing a sunrise over at Devil's Tower. And there's a place that we can park. There's a big pull-off spot, and I can guarantee we will be the only people there. It's about half a mile from the park, quarter to half, but you can see the monument really well. Right. But he's going to have to get up about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So now you East Coasters are going to realize what I'm experiencing. Well, I'm a 2-hour difference.
Yeah. Well, that 3 in the morning for you is like 5 for him. So it'll be a normal thing for him.
I know, but I'm going to get him up. So come on, let's go, because we have a little over an hour drive to get there. But I think it'll be kind of cool.
Now it's not even going to be. It's not going to be as dramatic if you don't have to take the side-by-side to get him there, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I could take him to there's one spot I could take him. Yeah, but that'd be kind of rough getting up there.
Yeah.
I had some friends here from Pennsylvania a few days ago, and the wife I used to work with for 25 years, but they came out, and I took them all over the place. It was kind of funny watching them. We went up to Mount Rushmore, and she had to use the restroom, and she had to go down some steps. And all of a sudden, I watched her as she was coming back up these steps, and she was huffing and puffing. I'm like, yeah, there's them Flatlanders. We're up.
Uh-oh.
But so we're coming from 300.
Okay. Yeah. It does make a difference. It does make
No,
a
it does.
difference.
It took me, I'll tell you what, Mel, it took me a year or two to get used to it. Really did.
Yeah. I used
But
to, you know, believe it or not, it didn't seem like it was that big of a deal when I was trucking because
right.
I was in so many different climates every day, you know, that it just, you know, you didn't have time for it to affect you. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd be in Wisconsin Saturday morning loading GE stuff, and I'd be in Denver Monday unloading it, and then, you know, Salt Lake City or something Tuesday, and
Yep.
then San Francisco Wednesday morning or something, you know, or Wednesday afternoon. I mean, it just so go from here to way up there, and then down to sea level, and then, you know, I mean, all in the matter of days. And I remember, especially back when I was running double op, take a load out of Florida or something, wearing shorts and tennis shoes and T-shirts, and the next morning be, you know, 4 feet deep in snow
Yeah.
up north. You know, it's crazy. So
Yeah.
those kind of things, you just don't even hardly have a chance for them to hit you, because by the time it's about to hit you, you've done what you're doing and leaving.
Yeah. It was kind of funny. They left my place Thursday morning. I had to leave and come to work, and I gave them some last final minute tips. You know, their journey, their final journey is out to the. They have relatives out near Seattle somewhere, but they're taking another 10 days to head out there, and they were going to Yellowstone.
Uh-huh.
Now, Bruce, he listened to me, and I said, Bruce, you complained yesterday. They wanted to see some bite. They wanted to see whatever wildlife they could in South Dakota.
Uh-huh.
Well, we would out in the middle of the afternoon. You're not going to see anything. But I said, here's what you do, and this is exactly where I want you to go, and exactly the time I want you to be at. And it's about an 8-mile stretch in the northeast corner of Yellowstone. I said, listen to what I tell you. You will see things. They texted me mid-afternoon. They're like, Ron, you're awesome. We saw moose. We saw grizzly. We saw wolves. I'm like, okay, see, I told you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wish I could live out there, Mel. That's my gig. You guys know that.
You do.
Yeah. I wish granted, I can be there, leave at 6 a.m, and be there by noon, but
Yeah.
I'd still like to live close by. I've met.
See, to me, that is close by, you know.
It is. I met a couple of photography groups out there, and I saw them again this year, minus one. Guy I talked to last year, I don't know if you remember me telling you this story. The one guy I talked to last year for 3 hours, stood there. We were waiting for this grizzly to come back on this carcass, and just a super nice guy, early 40s. I go there this year, and I ran into like 3 or 4 of them, and I asked them, I said, where was Todd? And they said, he's no longer going to be with us. And I found out he was the guy. This was back in April. He was on the western end of Yellowstone and didn't realize it, just fishing. Took a day off and went fishing and didn't realize he was 50 yards from a carcass and got attacked by a pretty good sized male grizzly. And he died 2 days later in surgery. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nice, super nice guy, good photographer. Him and I sat there and talked cameras and pictures, and it was kind of personal to me, being that I met the guy.
Right.
But just the wrong place at the wrong time, and it's. I do live in a neat area, Mel, but you got to be careful. You really do.
It's kind of amazing, really, that how scary and everything it really can be, because that stuff can be on you in moments.
And you never know when. My second day in Yellowstone on my second trip this year back, I went in March and I went in April. In April, there was an area that we went to that I hung out with this group that all they do, they don't photograph, they just use spotting scopes and watch wolves.
Uh-huh.
And there were 2 dens in a place called Slow Creek. It's right in the center of Lamar Valley, which is the northeast corner of excuse me, of Yellowstone. And just as I'm pulling in, it's not quite light. I'm looking at my parking spot and I'm starting to put my turn signal on and pull in. The car in front of me jams on their brakes, and I almost hit her. And here, right in between her and I, was probably about a 700-pound grizzly. And he came out of right where I was going to park. And I sat there and thought about this afterwards. I'm like, what if I would have been there 3 minutes sooner, been digging in the back seat of my truck with my back exposed, to the outside?
That might have been you. Yeah, exactly.
It might have been me.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You got to come out this way sometime, Mel.
Man, I wish I could. I'd like to. I haven't been up that way in a long time. I've been through there trucking, 100 times, but it's always, it looks pretty cool,
Yeah.
I know I went as a kid because we lived in Rapid City when I was.
Really?
Yeah, a wee little tot. My dad was a coal miner out there for a little while, and then we went back to Michigan. And the only thing I remember is him coming back in the apartment, covered in coal dust.
Right.
That's how little I was. But probably pre-kindergarten even, or maybe kindergarten. So yeah, I was pretty young. But I do have a couple of memories of that vision in my head. So I know we probably went to Rushmore and all that stuff, but I've got no recollection of it. But anyway, well, thanks for last minute jumping in, Ron. When you saw that I wasn't going to have Lloyd, it made it kind of nice to have somebody to talk to, because I'd have done been showing my video and been sitting out on the back deck like Mitch with a cigar or something by now.
I saw you sitting there like, hey, I didn't do nothing. Let me jump in and if I can and chit chat for a while.
Well, good. I appreciate it. It helps make the time go by.
Yeah.
So,
I'll try to get a hold of you. It'll be, look at what day is, I leave, we depart for Oregon on the 5th. What day?
The 5th of next month?
Yeah. What day is that fall?
2 weeks from tomorrow, a Monday. Because tomorrow's the 21st, and then you got Monday the 28th, and then Monday the 5th.
Right. I have no idea where we'll be. Those guys have the itinerary. I'm just being a follower.
Yeah. That's all right. Just shoot us a text and let us know, and if it's a Sunday or Monday and the timing works out, we'll let you throw some live feed in. Yeah.
You know what the sad part is, Mel?
That's true, Bob.
This is the second time, but our route, there's 3 of us breaking off at the end. We're going to come down into Crater Lake, which is southern Oregon. Then we're coming down through the redwoods in northern California, coming into Sacramento, Elk Grove, California. And guess who I wanted to see?
Yeah. Oh, you still can, just in a different way.
Just in a different way. And I'd like to stop in and maybe visit his family.
Yeah. It'd be cool to get to meet Ricky and stuff. I never got to meet any of them. I just met Rick, and the 2 or 3 times that we made it a point to get together and fly and have lunch and so on and shoot the shit, was a pretty good treasure for me and a pretty good memory for me. And
I bet.
Anyway, yeah.
You're lucky when I got to meet him, and hell of a guy, man. Hell of a guy.
He truly was. He truly was. Well, Ron, you know what we're going to do? We're going to close the show. It's about time to start the 5-minute timer, but instead I'm going to do something else first. I've got a video sent in from none other than Art Carlson that's probably 2 weeks old. I didn't check how old the email is. but I know last week I didn't get it on, so this week I'll get it on. This is a Colorado sunrise from Art Carlson. And I've got Epidemic Sounds now, so it shouldn't matter on the music, right?
Correct.
Thank you, Bob. Some nice colors right there.
Yeah.
With the amber in the sky and the reds and oranges on the bottom of the clouds. Hello, Sean. Thank you. Oh, by the way, Sean, she doesn't have that app, and she doesn't want to get it. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do. You can text me or something, and we'll work something out, I guess. That car went by kind of fast. Did you see that?
I saw that.
Look at that next one going by. I don't know what road that is, but they're hauling ass. That or this is sped up. Art, did you time lapse this?
Yeah, I think he did.
Hello, Texark.
Other than that, they're going to be writing a whole lot of tickets.
No kidding.
Yeah, he time-lapsed that. There you go.
Art, you're showing us the sunrise and you're turning away from the sunrise. Nice golden hour shot. Make yourself a slingshot, Ron. Stretch a big old rubber band across the forks. Stick the handle between the two sides of the rubber band.
I'll be strapping the Insta360 and the Osmo Action on the bike.
Yeah.
Footage.
Very cool, Art. Thanks for sending that in. I'm going to get back over here to this shot. Cool video, Art. Thanks. Good job. Well, are you going to have a helmet cam on too, or just on the bike?
I have two spots on the bike, and I actually do have a mount on my helmet as well.
Yeah, do you have a rear one for the bike too?
I have a one in the rear, one on the side crash bar, and one up on the handlebar. And when I get home Wednesday, I bought one of those. Gosh, what's the name of it now? It's a magnet for action cameras. Like you put the magnet.
Oh yeah. You can. Yeah.
And then you can actually mount it right up. You can mount it anywhere on anything.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those mounts. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. It was only, I don't know, $19 or something. It was pretty cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Hello, Captain Ray. Better late than never. No problem, buddy. We're about to close it out. Anyway. All right, Ron. Well, thanks for...
it was good talking to us. I can't remember the last time I chatted with you.
Yeah, just,
So,
hanging out. That's cool. Be sure and stay in touch more. And when you do go on that trip, be really careful. I know it's a couple weeks away yet, but yeah. Thanks for coming in.
yeah,
Gave me somebody to talk to instead of just the camera, It makes it a little easier.
it sure does.
As far as the
It does.
chat, thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your Father's Day evening. And Ron, happy Father's Day to you if it applies. Does not apply to me, but that's okay.
Me neither, but
Everybody, thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere. You chose to be here, and I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Happy Father's Day, and good night, everybody. Good night, Ron.
yeah, thanks for having me, Mel.